Join us and help us continue to support the many talented people of our community. Learn how to get your business highlighted on Lacrosse Local. Go to lacrosselocal.com and click on Advertise. The Pump House Regional Arts Center brings you live, heartfelt performances from gifted singer-songwriters. Enjoy original music brought to stage by area mainstay musicians and sought-after regional bands. Check out the concert series online and pick up your tickets at thepumphouse.org. We talk with Mia Davis of Mia's Kitchen. We get into her early interest in cooking, how the business got its start, favorites to cook, and how people connect with this young entrepreneur for catering and pop-ups. You can find more conversations, food reviews, live music, weekend picks, and events on our website, lacrosselocal.com. I'm Amy.
And I'm Brent.
And this is Lacrosse Local.
I am Mia Davis. I am the Vice President of Black Student Leaders, and I'm the owner of Mia's Kitchen and Healing Roots by Mia Simone. And born in Madison, Wisconsin. I've been in lacrosse now for about 5 years, and lacrosse has been where I found my passion for cooking. I've been cooking since the age of 7, helping my mom and my grandma in the kitchen. I have a family of home cooks that I watched growing up, and I just found a passion for that. I've been experimenting and mixing things together. My mom says I always make potions because I used to just mix most randomest things. And now as I get older, I realized like I had a skill for something and I was just mixing things, practicing for my real craft. So in lacrosse, I was able to find my passion for cooking where I've just been cooking anything and above. I love cooking, something that I love to do. It's something I do when I'm sad. It's a way like I do karaoke in the kitchen. It's just me by myself building a relationship with myself and the food. And every food that I make, I put my love into it just because it's something that I truly love. I always say that cooking is my love language because I love just feeding people. Like I love watching people eat my food. I love people complimenting me for a long time. It was very hard for me to until I realized I'm like, girl, your cooking is amazing. I see why people love it. So I built a relationship with food where I'm able to share it with people in my community. And that's one thing I love with everything that I've been doing. I've done many events, but I've been able to do something that I love and share with the community that I love as well. So.
Well, we've been following along, seeing a lot of new businesses kind of popping up, and also this thing where you kind of have to do these pop-ups as well, right? So you don't have a physical location yet, right? How did it all get started? Because I've seen a lot more of you recently just on social media and media and stuff like that. So I was kind of wondering how that all got started.
I've been the Vice President of Black Student Leaders since we started. This organization was actually started at Logan Middle School with my older sister. And she just wanted to build a support system for Black students. And, after COVID and everything, we did a lot of protesting. Then we did some fundraisers just for different causes and different, we send 100 students back to school with $100 worth of gift cards. Did a lot of fundraisers in Bria Tacos. That was something that was just so good. I seen it on TikTok one day and I'm like, you guys, let's try to make this. And it came together. We took all the recipes we found and we made Bria Tacos, and we did over, I think, about 50 to 70 fundraisers. We've done a lot of Bria Taco fundraisers. And from that, I found that that's actually something I love to do because I was actually taking more on the cooking. And I was like, yeah, I'll go start the pot of Bria and I'll make the rice and I'll do that. And I found love for that. And I found that was so fun. And I love being able to have people come and pick up a meal that, they feel good about donating. But I feel good that I was able to get my food out there to people. And the fundraisers led to me just thinking, I'm like, Mia, you can do this, cooking something that I truly love. Why don't I do it? But then I had all these fears and all these blockages. I just wasn't truly believing in myself. And I always thought about what everybody else think. I'm like, what is the community going to think? And I'm like, Mia, you know who you are. You know that you're amazing. So I blocked everybody out and I did a meal sale. It was like a soul food meal sale. And I just posted it on Facebook. I sent it to my mom, her friends, different people in the community that I knew already. And it went really, really well. And I was very surprised because I'm like, this is something I'm just throwing out there. It was right before my 16th birthday. I'm like, let me just try this. And it went so good. Then the following month was February. So I did a Black History Month soul food dinner. And I was just seeing all the success and all this good feedback and people telling me that they actually love my food. And before that, I was already doing little birthday parties. I cooked for my siblings and my family every day. I can't cook small portions, so I'm always cooking for the neighbors, friends, anybody can get some of my food because I've always loved giving and I'm a very giving person. And through my food, I've been able to give back to different organizations that have shown love to me, and I truly love them. So I've dropped off lunch to Planned Parenthood and the
Mm.
YWC and the Reach Center just because I love to give. I love going online, finding a new recipe, and just giving it to somebody just because I love food builds relationships and it builds, bonds. And there's a lot of people who love my food, and I love them for loving my food and my craft. And cooking has become a passion of mine. It's something that I love to do. I love to find something Caribbean or Mediterranean and try to master it. And my mother's vegan, so I'm always making something vegan. And I've tried gluten free. I love just experimenting because I just turned 17 years old, but I love to overachieve. So culinary school is my goal. So I want to get all these skills that I can get before I actually go into that kitchen, that classroom. So I've been educating myself in many ways. I've been watching cooking shows and different things like that. I've always imagined doing challenges and cooking things like that because that always seemed so fun to me. Then I found this love and it's been going really, really well. Mia's Kitchen, like you said, it's been blowing up in the media for the last couple months, and I love it for me. And this is something that, like a couple years ago, Mia, I'm not sure if I would be talking to you right now. Just so nervous, and I was just like, "What people think?" Then I dropped the fear, I dropped the worries, and I believed in myself. Me believing in myself has got me a successful business, and I'm only 17 years old, and this is something that I love. It's something that I've shared with a lot of people. A lot of people know me because every time I talk about
Mm-hmm.
and the things that I've done, you can hear it in my voice that this is something I truly love. This is my passion. This is me giving to my community. This is me having an impact in this world. So I love to inspire the younger generation and even the older generation because there's so many people who are like, my son's 30 and he doesn't know how to cook. And it's like, when I was younger, I didn't always like being in the kitchen, but I was like, I realized this is something I love. I loved watching my mom and my grandma create food, and I loved watching them cook together. So I grew a passion for this, and this passion is going to be something that lasts for a long time. And one of my goals in the future is to be able to come back to lacrosse after being very successful and graduating school. I want to come back and leave a restaurant here. I'm not sure exactly what kind of restaurant or what the theme or anything. I just know I wanted Mia's Kitchen here in La Crosse because at first I didn't love this place, but I'm starting to love La Crosse and grow a wonderful relationship with the people here. So I'm always going to come back and I'm always going to leave something here.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't know the whole back history. I mean, you're really getting after it. It seems like it's a nonstop pop up from, Larson's General to, this various other components. I think there's like an art fair coming up too, but also Artspire last year. I think maybe that was one of the first times you had the tacos, right?
Artspire, we're actually doing that again this year.
Awesome.
They're always like, Mia, we love you. We love your food. Come on. And I just love building community and building these relationships with these wonderful people.
Just looking at this, I know you've done like mac and cheese. It looks like you just have a ton of different food. Recently, you did a Valentine's Day chicken wing heart, which is awesome, and tacos, it looks like. Is there some favorites that you really kind of go after? Or is there, it looks like you have a wide spread.
I've been to the Caribbeans 2 times, and before I've been to the Caribbeans, I love Caribbean food. That's something that I've always loved. And when I got to a certain age, I'm like, I'm gonna make jerk chicken, I'm gonna make oxtails, I'm gonna make rice and peas. So I just started making all this stuff, and I truly love making it. Mac and cheese has been my favorite thing. Like I have videos of like a couple years ago where my mac and cheese was not as good as it is today, but I've watched myself grow and evolve with my mac and cheese. And That's actually something I'm famous for. My me is mac and cheese. And just last year, I started adding toppings, calling it a Mac Attack, where you can get barbecue chicken, buffalo chicken, or jerk chicken. You get it on top of the mac and cheese, extra sauce, and green onions. And the community has loved it. I have been asked to do the Mac Attack at a lot just this year. Last year, I made over 90 pans of mac and cheese just because
Wow.
it's something I truly love. And every time I'm mixing those pans of mac and cheese, it reminds me of when I was in the kitchen with my grandmother. And my mac and cheese recipe came from my mom's mac and cheese, my grandma's mac and cheese, and my other grandma on my father's side. So I grew up watching them prepare different mac and cheeses. And I'm from Wisconsin, but I'm not a big fan of all that cheese. And they would have like large pockets of cheese in theirs, and I don't like those large
Mm.
pockets. I created a cheese sauce, so my mac and cheese is nice and creamy, but cheesy at the same time. So just learning from the people around me, I was able to find something that I love and create it in my form, And like every catering gig that I have, mac and cheese is on the menu just because it's so delicious. And we're in Wisconsin, so everyone loves cheese.
So, you just referenced catering. How do people connect to you to, purchase food? You got catering, pop-ups. What can they do? Do they just reach out, or how does it work?
So they can reach out to my social medias, and I also have nice business cards that I put my business cards around town everywhere. And I actually have this on my Instagram, my Facebook. Then it also has like my website and my link tree. So I have it all. Like if you go on my social medias, Mia's Kitchen, you'll be able to find like the links to everything. I have a website, so people are able to contact me through an email. I always try to give out my number just because it's easier just to contact over phone. I always set up a phone conversation. Then like actually through every event or opportunity that I've had, another event or another something always comes from everything. So just in these last couple months, it's just been like, Mia, do you want this? Do you want to do this? And I just love this for myself. I love being able to have all these opportunities. I love being around town. I really just love being an inspiration to the younger kids and the younger generation, just because I remember I always didn't feel like I can do this. I didn't always feel like I can be the star, not the star, but I didn't always feel like I can be on the front lines. And I can have this business that's running successful. I can have people who love me, but I didn't always believe in myself. So I always try to inspire this generation to love themselves and go for what they wanted. Because just me doing that one meal sale, I have a successful business with business cards and site, and I have orders, and I do catering. Then I have a second business that I started just because I have many crafts and I'm very talented and I'm very passionate about everything that I do.
Well, you're killing it.
Thank you.
Lacrosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you'd like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at Lacrosse Local. Find out more about us at lacrosselocal.com, and you can subscribe to the Lacrosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We appreciate it.